Of the regular season, Doris, it's always a challenge to make it this far in one piece. It's almost a trying to survive than anything else.
I think obviously your training staff has got to be pretty good. Your masseuse has got to be pretty good as well. The other part of that is if you have a deep bench and it allows you to keep your minutes down. You think of a team like Golden State, how few times in the fourth quarter Steph Curry has played. It helps him in the playoffs in the long run.
Having played and coached yourself, aren't you amazed at the training that now is available to the players, the medical information at their fingertips?
Do you know, Kevin, that they can basically track, and they did for Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas this year, they can track every step these athletes take. They know what their heart rate is, what the work capacity has been. It's truly the metrics, the analytics, it's off the charts.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron and Love, the two superstar forwards. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Irving. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Now, Irving is so versatile as a scorer. Outstanding free throw shooter, too.
And Kyrie Irving, the MVP of Team USA back in the 2014 World Cup. You know, Doris, when the lights are brightest, he's usually at his best.
And that's what you hope for, Kevin, right? This is a guy who's won the three-point shootout. He's won an All-Star MVP and the Rising Stars MVP. Elite competition seems to bring out the best in him. And when he heats up, he can take over. Kyrie Irving, one of the most explosive scorers in the league, perhaps the best crossover in the entire NBA. Lightning quick in either direction, strings them together to leave defenders grasping at thin air.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. You talk about Irving scoring. He can go for 50 on any given night.
Well, Kevin, listen, he's got the pull-up threes. He can finish around the rim. He's a shoot-first point guard and not a bad fit playing alongside a point forward like LeBron.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. It's going to be Horford shooting. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Austin shooting their first free throw tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And that one falls for Horford.
And the Celtics, really since the departure of the big three and Rajon Rondo, doing an amazing job of stockpiling assets and draft picks all along while still being competitive. So you had to know, though, that that front office wouldn't hesitate to make a big move. This is an organization that seeks to compete for championships and nothing else.
And stolen by Irving. Braun right side. Dishes it to Smith. Irving against Thomas. Left side Irving. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it to James. Lets it fly. That falls. Great assist by Love. And the Celtics last season in a quote-unquote rebuild mode. And yet, Greg, they were among the best teams in the NBA, certainly the East. Did they need to make any trades?
You know, they basically had to start combining assets. They were already one of the deepest teams in the league. They had 3 first-round picks in that 16 draft, 3 second-rounders. At some point, you have to make a quantity for quality trades because you only get 15 spots.
So you guys know, Love knows how to find the contact when he wants to. Good job getting to the line.
The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
That's good from Love.
I think greatness requires sacrifice, and Kevin Love has fit beautifully as a secondary scorer here. He spaces the floor with that shooting ability, willing to hit the offensive glass, and he's become a player who can score efficiently without dominating the ball.
He hits both from the stripe. At the same time, the Love creates breathing room for others with his shooting. Doris, it's clear he doesn't want to be reduced to just being a floor spacer.
Well, and I don't think, Kevin, that's the best role for him either. He's a player who can work from the elbow and on the post. He makes plays for himself and those around him. They've got to run the ball through him at times to get him touches and allow him to make plays. Irving passes to Thompson. From past the arc.
Rebounded by the Celtics. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Irving against Thomas. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, still not quite in rhythm. Just 1 for 4.
James wide open. And another miss by Cleveland. Celtics trail by 6. Left side, Crowder. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Crowder's got his first basket of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
If you're the coach, you hope it's a wake-up call. Get them to tighten things up on the inside and start protecting the rim with a little bit more authority.
And it's sent back by Horford. James kicks to Irving. Back to James. Pass to Love. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Yeah, you guys know Kevin Love is a handful when he gets that close to the rim. Not much you can do about it.
Thomas kicks to Horford. Outside Bradley. Horford sets a screen for Bradley. Back to Horford. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. J.R. Smith picks one up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
For Boston, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Al Horford drops them both.
And for the Cavaliers, third time was that charm, right? 3 finals appearances in their last 46 years as a franchise, and they finally win the title. To hang that banner, guys, what a tremendous accomplishment.
James up top, defended by Crowder. From 11 feet away, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Just got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Love.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Celtics trail by 4. Picked by Horford. Johnson in the corner. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. And it wasn't just the Cavaliers getting the monkey off the back doors. It was the entire city of Cleveland.
Well, how about over a half a century between professional sporting championships? It's almost hard to quantify what the Cavs win meant for those loyal fans.
Love. In Love with the second chance points. Love's got 6.
Well, there is the presence that Love has after a shot comes off the iron. Always active.
Outside Bradley. Horford sets a screen for Bradley. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bradley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Irving dishes to LeBron. The feed to Thompson. It's a pick by Love. Smith the pass to James. Shoots from the baseline. No good. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
You know, low percentage from the free throw line. And I think that can have an effect on your overall scoring efforts, which obviously fell short.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Good shot.
That free throw missing. And it's tied up with that one.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue, of course, taking over midway through last season in unusual circumstances. Says he was blindsided by the change and described it as, quote, a whirlwind. That's a tricky position. You don't want to throw too much new stuff at the players all at once.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Thompson kicks to Smith. No good on the three.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Cavs' chemistry kept strengthening down the stretch of the season. Players, Doris, really developing that trust.
Well, to me, Kevin, that's a credit to Coach Lue because they came into the playoffs on an absolute tear. Lue became the first NBA coach to win his first 10 straight playoff games.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. Outside Irving. Cleveland moving it around. Can they get it? A rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one. In the corner, Bradley with it. A three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 3. James outside. It's a pick by Love. Off the pick. Three-pointer. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. 9 points for Kevin Love.
Boy, Love worked to develop that three-point game, and it's so important to his success.
Thomas dishes to Horford. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Doris, you've worked with so many coaches in so many different ways throughout your career. You were a player and you were an assistant coach yourself, and as a broadcaster now. Do you ever see yourself maybe back on the sidelines?
Yeah, that's how I started my career, Kevin. I've always thought that when my broadcasting career is over, I miss the competition. I miss working with a group of players to sort of achieve something special. So no question I see myself back there.
Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Crowder. Brown comes in for Avery Bradley. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Mon Shumpert has come in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, we know there are big men in the NBA who struggle at the line, but for him, it's a real strength.
It's LeBron with the drive.
How intimidating it must be when LeBron is bearing down on the rack like that.
Rozier kicks to Horford. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look from mid-range for someone with his size and his touch.
Out to the wing for 3, Fry. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Smart. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now here's Horford. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's Brown. And James pulls it down.
Boy, a really bad collective mental lapse. They are fortunate he missed that.
And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist by LeBron. James has got 3 assists in the game. Celtics have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Brown kicks to Smart. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Celtics lead by 2. Olynyk against LeBron. And it's Shumpert at the elbow. Back to James. To the inside. Here's Fry. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Just an example of Fry working down low for buckets. Just superb body control when he has the ball in the low post.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Seeing LeBron James back in wine and gold, guys. I mean, I think he's here where he belongs and isn't going anywhere else. You know, nevertheless, he's kept that player option after every season, something that gives him a lot of control over his future.
The jump hook. Horford no up. Cavaliers leading. Shumpert with it. Picked up by Brown. To the inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And LeBron with a huge voice, it seems, in the Cavaliers' decision-making. Everything from roster decisions, Doris, to who's the head coach.
Well, there's always a lot of questions about how much power LeBron wields in any organization he plays for. It would be a tricky balance for any head coach because you're in the lead role. For LeBron, he's a great player, and he wants to put greatness around him.
Free throw, good from Fry.
And the veteran Fry just continues to build upon his fine career. A big man with a sweet touch from the distance.
Second free throw, no good.
Channing Frye, guys, a guy acquired by Cleveland last season at the trade deadline. I think he's been crucial. The ability to space the court at either power forward or center and on a very reasonable contract. Boy, very surprising he clanked that one. Everybody in the building thought that was down.
Outside Williams on the wing, Korver. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Korver's got his first bucket of the night. And Doris, you look at advanced statistics. Channing Frye, a better player than some might realize.
Well, I think, Kevin, rebounding is where he hurts you. Underrated defensively, and, of course, close to 40% from three-point range. That provides spacing for all of their star talent.
Cavaliers shooting 45% from the field early. The three from LeBron, and another three for Cleveland.
Boy, when LeBron is pulling and hitting that jumper, you know he's in the zone. Just one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game.
Olynyk, a screen on Williams. Rozier kicks to Horford. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And the Cavs are clearly an elite offensive team. Defensively, they've been a little more vulnerable. Doris, how do they make strides, you think, at that end of the floor?
Well, Kevin, part of it is simply focus and the will to improve. Players like Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson are great athletes, and they can improve on that end. I think they've needed another wing stopper who can space the floor as well.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And Channing Frye, a three-point specialist at 6'11". It's a shot he didn't really utilize in earnest until his fifth year in the league.
Now think about it, Kevin. It's like he flipped a switch. It's become the staple of his offensive game, and he's a trendsetter in that regard. Very tough to defend that pick and pop at the top of the key.
And Olynyk kicks to Horford. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Cavaliers leading by 6. And here is Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He kicks it to James. And there's the pass to Shumpert. And the 3 off target.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
It's about awareness and an ability to get out on the shot and disrupt without fouling. Beautiful.
Rozier kicks to Horford. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. We caught up with Kyrie Irving.
We expect so much out of each other every single night.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, 2 guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guys should be. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Well, any deficiencies in their play have been masked by their ability to create second chance opportunities. This is a hard-working bunch.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Boston, Thomas and Smart, the feisty backcourt pairing. Jay Crowder out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Bradley in at the 3 slot.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Thomas against Irving. Thomas passes to Olynyk. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Olynyk's got his first 3 points of the game.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Boy, both teams really attacking from downtown right now. This is a long-range battle at the moment.
No good from Irving.
Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
Thomas inside. He's covered by Irving. Olynyk. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. So many players, Doris, in the NBA make things look so easy to do. You know, having played, that it's not. It is not effortless. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, the 2 guys that come immediately to mind at the point guard position are Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. And I think it has to do with that magnificent handle that each of them has, able to put defenders on skates with, you know, a lean here, a crossover there. You think about the great scorers. Kevin Durant, right, makes those 3-pointers in transition. It comes off the top of his hand so quickly. Carmelo Anthony, another, you know, just naturally gifted scorer. You know, Melo puts 25 on you. Didn't look like he broke a sweat.
But doesn't it also stand to reason that the work these guys put in, a lot of which we never see,
yes,
is so much a product of what they become?
I think the one thing that surprises me about the NBA is how hard these men work at their craft.
The best ones, the very best guys.
The very best guys spend the most time in the gym. You just want to tell young people, you want to know how to be a great player? Devote your time and your life to it, because that's what these guys do.
Well said.
Let's That's just too easy. No one with size willing to switch over, and that left the smaller defender stranded.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape." Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you. High praise indeed, fellas.
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, D.A. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. To the middle. Nice ball movement by Boston. Right side, Thomas. Fires the three. The Cavaliers pull it in. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
That's what you call precise execution. And to do it in front of a loud, hostile crowd, they had to have excellent focus and discipline. That was really well done.
Stolen by Thompson. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Smith. No good that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
To the left wing. Crowder against Love. 6 to shoot. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
It's a pick by Love. Here's Jefferson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. The Cavaliers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time. And stolen by Love. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Love's got 11 points.
Hey, guys, that's a solid contest on the defensive end of the floor. That's just Love being better on the offensive end than the defense is.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Boston.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
Celtics trail by 11. Now Thomas, 17 points in his last outing. Outside Bradley. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 4 assists now tonight.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Love with the screen for Irving. Down low, it's deflected. Pass to Love. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. It's Jefferson outside. Rebound Boston. Crowder's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Inside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Thompson, a screen on Thomas. Love with the screen for Irving. Out left to the wing. Baseline J on the way, and it's Love missing. Celtics trail by 6. Well, Isaiah Thomas, a first-time All-Star in 2016, only the second player in NBA history, 5'9" or shorter, to merit that honor. I didn't know that.
Yeah, following in the footsteps of the legendary Calvin Murphy, and for a guy taken with the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft, Thomas no longer Mr. Irrelevant. Another step in his quest to become the best under 6-foot basketball player to ever lace him up.
Olynyk, a screen on Irving. Thomas, no luck. The Cavaliers leading by 6. To the middle. To the paint. Olynyk dishes to Smart. Olynyk sets a screen for Thomas. He feeds it to Olynyk, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Tries to snap the cold streak, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know, if you foul Love, he's going to make you pay at the free throw line.
And we all know how skilled Kevin Love is offensively, a guy who can score on the low block and or step out and hit the triple. What about his play on the defensive end?
No, this is the conversation, right, Kevin? And I think he's better than he's been given credit for. Certainly, he's not an elite defender, but his defensive rebounding is elite. And not having to bear the offensive burden that he did in Minnesota, he's become more than solid defensively.
Well, as broadcasters, we get a view that maybe some fans miss as to how hard these players work. You've talked about this a lot, Doris. Behind every shot, every play, every dribble, so many countless hours spent in the gym to perfect what they're doing.
Well, so I would say an NBA game is 48 minutes long, and I would say probably for every 48 minutes you are talking about an extraordinary commitment in the gym. What Steph Curry does on a nightly basis makes the game look easy, when in fact he's paid a price by the time he's spent, just like every other NBA player, honing their craft.
But I don't ever sense that it's drudgery to them.
No.
That they enjoy the game so much, like you, that it's in their DNA.
I think their passion and joy is evident on a nightly basis, and for us, we're lucky to watch it.
Isn't that fun? Oh,
yeah,
it's a blast.
no doubt.
Just a blast. Korver kicks to Love. Feeds it to Irving. That ball's great assist by Love. Love's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period, 2 here in the second.
Thomas with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside, Crowder takes the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Love with the screen on Thomas. Irving kicks to Love. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
That shot wide open. 6 points for Marcus Smart.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Not the strongest play defensively, though. I mean, he was taken out by that screen far too easily.
Irving, good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
It's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
Here's Thomas. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Al Horford's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And it's Rozier in for Thomas. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. LeBron comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Richard Jefferson. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. Williams passes to Frye. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him. Korver dishes to Shumpert. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Frye's got 6 points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Horford. It's hauled in by Fry. Fry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. To the middle, and James throws it down.
Yeah, LeBron James will inflict pain at the rim when he gets free like that.
Now a timeout called by Boston. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You look at Boston. What a run they've had this year, in first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out Cleveland, right behind them, just 1 spot down.
And seeing where the Cavaliers are, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And their job now is a simple one. Keep doing exactly what they've been doing and get themselves in the best position possible for the postseason. Yeah, that shot was forced. He was lucky to get it to go.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Outside Williams. LeBron kicks to Fry. Rebound Boston. Here's Rozier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Passes it to Horford. Johnson the screen. Outside Crowder. No one near him. Good as the jump shot falls. Crowder's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Cleveland's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Williams. Tries to save it. Again, Williams missing. Celtics trail by 7. Horford the pass to Rozier. 1:32 left to play in the first half. The dish to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Rozier. There's the 3. Horford's shot is good. And now just a 4-point Cleveland lead.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Outside Williams. He dishes it to LeBron. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. LeBron's got 13.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
Crowder is screen on jumper. Dishes it to Johnson. Picked by Horford. Now the pass to Rozier. Misses the 3.
Oh, that's a great look at the basket. Sometimes you feel like the shot is good, and it just comes up that much short.
Outside Williams. Back to James. And Fry kicks to Williams. Here's Shumpert. No good with the triple. Celtics trail by 6. Outer dishes to Horford. And stolen by LeBron. Outside Shumpert. Kicks it to Fry. Johnson with the block. Rozier. The shot, no good. And that does it for the first half of play. Yep.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with you. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points and also 3 steals. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because the game could come down to just a few key possessions.
And that's it for
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
You know, amazing, because they're always a focal point for the defense and always looking for ways to take them out of the game, and that didn't happen in this first half.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Smith and LeBron filling out the wings. Love and Thompson the hard rebounding post pair, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. Smith outside, inside, Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
Thomas against Irving. Horford sets a screen for Thomas. Releases from 15, and that one comes up a bit short. The Cavaliers leading by 10. There's the feed to Irving. James sets the screen for Irving. James against Crowder. James, no good.
Great possession with an even better shot. Disappointing it doesn't go.
Outside Thomas. He kicks it to Johnson. Oh, trying for it. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Pick by Horford. Johnson outside. 5 to shoot. Horford against Irving. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, when Kevin Love was in Minnesota, he developed into a three-point shooter, but he said, I know I'm not a stretch four. I'm a post player that can shoot. It's like Kevin McHale used to tell me, just go where they ain't. I try to space the floor as best as I can. Kevin?
Thanks, DA, and spacing so crucial in today's game. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Crowder goes in, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
No clue how he got that one to fall. And Jay Crowder really kind of stuck as a role player in Dallas, sent the Celtics in the Rondo trade, and boy, has he been a culture setter for Boston. The consummate pro, one of the most competitive players in our league, and he's become a difference maker on both ends. I think he's improved tremendously in the past season. Credit him and Coach Brad Stevens.
Thomas passes to Horford, and the dunk by Horford.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, isn't it? Both teams trading punches. Outside Crowder. Back to Horford. Lock at 6. Here's Thomas, and it's sent back by Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Olenek, he's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Horford, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a look here at the shot chart.
Well, just look at the cluster in the middle of the paint. That right there tells you all you need to know about how they have built the lead they have. They are playing with more intensity on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the difference in the game right now. You have to love how they've approached this matchup.
Cleveland leading by 9. Irving kicks to James. Pass to Smith. Love with the screen on Bradley. Smith dishes to LeBron. Back to Smith. Just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Bradley. Fires it up. Kept alive. A second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment here to see the numbers for LeBron James. Averaging about 26 points per, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. So Horford gets 2. The Cavaliers leading by 7. It's a pick by Love. LeBron kicks to Love. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And let's check out some stats for Horford. His last 10 games have been exceptional. Second in field goal percentage, and he's also got the second best three-point percentage in the league. An absolute deadeye from beyond.
Irving against Thomas. He feeds it to Olynyk. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. With this break in the action, here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top passing teams in the league. In 4th, the Celtics.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Screen by Olynyk. Here's Thomas. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Thomas got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Thomas. The kick out to Irving. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Celtics trail by 5. Feeds it to Thomas. Here's the screen. Screen by Olynyk. And Thomas is good for 3. Thomas got his second bucket tonight.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
LeBron against Bradley. LeBron passes to Irving. Again, Irving missing. Here are the Celtics with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Picked by Horford. Outside Thomas. For the tie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bradley can't get it to go.
What a great opportunity. Nice open look. You'll take those anytime you can get an uncontested shot.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Thompson. From 15 feet away, And it's Smith missing.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Confidence, he's lacking poise. He's forcing things that aren't there. He's just taking shots out of rhythm.
Back to Thomas. Olynyk sets a screen for Thomas. Shot clock at 6. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Jefferson. Love's got 14 points.
Boy, spotted his teammate on the move, put the assist perfectly placed out in front of him, leading him right to the rack.
Passes to Olynyk to the wing on the left. Here's Horford. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
They regrouped, they worked out some of their frustrations, and now we're seeing them have some fun.
Here's James. Buries it down low. He's got 15.
Well, the floater, another weapon in LeBron's ever-expanding arsenal.
Picked by Horford. There's the dish to Bradley. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 14 points for Avery Bradley.
Got the feed off the bounce, went straight up with it. Nice coordination between two teammates. Great feel.
Pass to Smith. Lets it go with the 3. Drops in the tray. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Thomas. Olynyk, a screen on Irving. Thomas dishes to Olynyk. Up and in on the layup.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Now here is Smith. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Irving. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Irving's got 19 points.
I love what I see from him this quarter. Very decisive and very accurate.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown is checked in for Avery Bradley. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Thomas. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Love. Shumpert comes in for Smith. And Deron Williams is subbed in for Irving. It's Brown with the drive, and the dunk by Brown.
And Brown is so aggressive, a masterful penetrator who abuses defenders on the drive.
They set the screen. Williams kicks the Fry. Dishes to Shumpert. Back to Williams. From deep, James. They grab their own miss. No good from Fry. Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Smart. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Smart's got the game tied up here for Boston.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And in a draft class full of great wing players, it is easy to sleep on Jaylen Brown, but he can become a great player. Has everything you want from a wing in terms of skill set and that physicality. He could have a ceiling just as high as anybody else in this draft.
You know, he's had a tough quarter shooting the ball, but one thing you have to give him, he's fighting out there.
In the corner, it's James. Back to Williams. That one, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. And you look at Jaylen Brown. He can go at the rim, pull up to shoot, plays good D. If his jumper gets a little more consistent, he can be scary.
Yeah, and that is what this team was hoping for when they drafted him. Just looking at the areas that he needs to work on, they are all, I think, correctable things. He's going to put up a lot of highlights over the course of his career.
1:39 left to play in the third. They set the pick. Rozier, the pass to Olynyk. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. And Cleveland also making a change. Korver's checked in. Picked by Horford. Rozier. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And here is Williams. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Here's James. Shot off the pick. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Now it's a 4-point Cleveland lead. Now Smart. He's got 8. Brown outside. 6 on the shot clock. Celtics passing it around. This one for 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The pass to Williams. Thompson sets the pick for James. And at the top of the key, Williams. Here's Shumpert. He dishes it to Thompson. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Thompson just a spectacular athlete and so muscular. He is so crafty on how he draws fouls while shooting.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
2.
That free throw, no good. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Back to Brown. Fires for 3. That shot no good. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Cavaliers leading by 4. They've got Amir Johnson. Rozier's out there with Smart. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Crowder in at the 4 spot. That's the Boston 5. Trains the three-pointer. And it's 6 points for Amon Shumpert.
Boy, and Shumpert looking very comfortable knocking down shots from beyond the arc, just like he did there.
Smart dishes to Johnson. Johnson the screen. And the wide open shot from Crowder. Drills it from outside.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Boy, this feels like a developing game of one-upsmanship. Love to see teams try to outdo each other like this.
Kicks to Williams. The 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
I tell you, when healthy, Darren Williams is very efficient with the 3 ball.
Celtics trail by 7. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Kicks it out to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
And you talk about getting back into the game, folks. 3 is better than 2.
And you don't need to tell him that. He's used the three-point shot as his primary weapon today. Williams kicks to Love.
From deep, just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. The feed now to Thompson. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Al Horford, he's checked in for the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Terry Rozier. Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. And so here's Cleveland. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. He kicks to Love. Shoots from the baseline, and that's good for 2. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Well, guys, that mid-range is like a layup for Kevin Love, right? This is his comfort zone.
Horford with a screen on Williams. Thomas kicks to Horford. Stolen by Thompson. Love the pass to Williams. Screen by Smith. Fades back, and Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Williams. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight. Thomas with the ball. Horford with a screen on Williams. Thomas dishes to Johnson. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Williams kicks to Thompson. Back to Williams. Smith outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Irving's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Pass to Shumpert. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Celtics. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You can see it. His timing, his touch, everything just a shade off tonight.
Pick by Horford. Feeds it to Crowder. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Just have to shake that miss off. He knows he can make it.
Love the pass to Smith. Cleveland moving the ball around. Fires from deep. It's a hand on it. Goes up again. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
LeBron, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert. Thompson no good on the free throw. And Tristan Thompson, one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game. 2nd overall, in fact, in offensive rebounds last year.
Look, Kevin, this is a guy who makes his living around the rim. He runs rim to rim, terrific on the pick and roll. He's a smart cutter, does a good job lurking on the baseline for drop-offs or second chance points.
Just 4 to shoot. Boston, no good that time either.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for them to cut into this lead when he's missing so many shots.
Passes it to LeBron. On its way from Irving for 2. They get it back. Goes back up. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Horford sets a screen for Bradley. There's Thomas with the 3. He can't hit that time. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Smith for 3. Cleveland the rebound.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Love. What about the finals format, Doris? 2-2, 1-1-1. It's back. Most everyone pleased about it. What do you think?
I love it because if you go to the old 2-3-2 format, to me, that middle stretch where the team that's lower seeded literally has 3 straight opportunities to change a series with home court advantage, that is unfair to the team that works so hard to get that top spot.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Thompson, and there's Thompson putting it right back in. And the Cavaliers lead by 17.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
Thomas dishes to Johnson. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
You know, probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
At the line for the Celtics, Amir Johnson. At the line for
And Johnson no good on that one. Cleveland leading by 15. Irving kicks to Love. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Love outside. They set the pick. Irving up top. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Thomas. He feeds it to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on James. Thomas kicks to Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. LeBron passes to Love. Back to James. And James throws it down.
That guy's not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
Bradley kicks to Johnson. James against Crowder. Now the dish to Thomas. All sorts of time. And again, it's Boston converting.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yeah, I think you'd like to see a little more determination defensively. No, he did not.
Oh, my. He's just getting nasty on him now, fellas.
You know, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out the really slick moves. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Back to Irving. Inside and stolen by Horford. Outside Crowder to the right side. Outside Thomas. 6 to shoot. Poked loose and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Smith. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Shooting one.
I think it's clear J.R. Smith settling into his role as a three-point specialist as his career tends toward the back 9. You know, he can still elevate and finish above the rim when the opportunity presents itself, but he knows his role.
And Smith with size and athleticism, we all know pretty good at hitting contested shots.
Well, Kevin, we know he's got no conscience as a shooter. His motto is, when in doubt, shoot the ball. His decision-making obviously questioned at times, but the way he shoots it, it's not a bad idea.
Stolen by Thompson.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is a crucial part of the defense for these guys.
Smith kicks to Irving. Launches it. And he's good on the 3-ball. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Thomas against Irving. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
The Cavaliers leading by 18. Pass to LeBron. It's a pick by Love. James. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. James has got 23.
Doesn't seem to matter when LeBron's in rhythm. Defenders can be draped all over him. It doesn't matter.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Here's Horford. Down low. Johnson dishes to Crowder. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Love. 5 on the clock. Thomas, good. Thomas got 7 points for the quarter.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Shoots from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 22 points for Love.
Oh, guys, by the looks of it, Kevin Love has just about everything working right now.
Outside Crowder, near the three-point line. It's Thomas. Can't nail the jumper.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
You love the confidence, but that's a situation where they really needed a better look.
The screen from Thompson. Back to Smith. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Doris, offense up around the NBA in the last couple of years. Do you feel that this is a good thing for the league?
I love it. I think the fans love it. You and I love it. The pace is faster. The shooting is better. The excitement level is through the roof. This NBA, what do they say? It's fantastic.
It is, but defense wins championships. Are you still sticking with that as a mantra?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
Championships have been defined on the defensive end.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Olynyk, he's checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Jay Crowder. Young's checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for James. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. He doesn't get the second one.
Yeah, and Smith needs to continue to work on improving his shot from the free throw line.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
Take that shot, let's go!
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Olynyk. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Cleveland.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for James.
You know, I think the thing I appreciated the most was the myriad of ways he scored. They counted on his production, and he lifted them. Anytime they needed a bucket, he delivered.
Here's the Celtics with the ball. Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Shooting for Boston, Amir Johnson will be at the line shooting 2.
And he makes the first. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Williams. Williams sets a screen for Williams. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
In front of a hostile crowd, they showed absolutely no fear. This was a statement victory on every level.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
The defense was non-existent. They didn't challenge him. They didn't try to move him off his favorite spots. They didn't force him to do anything different. No physical play, and he took advantage of that.
As usual, best leader in the NBA, LeBron James led by example tonight. He's as cool, calm, and collected as any player you will ever see. He was never out of control of this game. LeBron did it all tonight. What else is new? He's the king!
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful